That's primarily going to focus on the code talkers.
Putting a cyber deck that's primarily going to focus on the code talkers.
Because there's still the other code talker. Code talkers hasn't come out yet in the TCG.
Well, we have two right now. We have Decode Talker and Encode Talker. Extreme Forces gives us the third one,
Code Talker,
which I think is Power Code Talker.
Oh yeah.
But that might be the red one that the OCG are getting in the other structure deck. So if you know the name of the green one, just post it in the comments below. We'll probably see it, and thank you greatly on there.
Yeah, I don't even know that one. I can't think of.
I know it's something stupid, but
they all have to deal with code in their name one way or another.
Yeah, but I'm doing that in the same aspect of I feel like the deck has potential to do something amazing.
It just doesn't have the support it needs yet.
Right. Like Performer Pals didn't get good until probably Skullcrabat Joker, Pendulum Sorcerer had come out, and Monkey Board. Rip Harambe.
Monkey Board.
I think it was at that point then they was like, oh, okay. And then when they got Geturtle, and it's just like, oh, well, Lizardtron and Geturtle actually pair really well
with each other.
And it's just like, oh, okay, this is going to be, they can actually play now and do relatively well. And then Pepe came along, which I think to this date is still like one of only 3 emergency ban lists, which cannot be stated, and I'll quote, because I had this saved many times because I laugh at it when Spirals started dominating things. No deck should ever be so powerful that it takes up 3/4 of the meta.
Yeah, the Pepe had a pretty good reign for a while. Then you think about a Zoo.
2 weeks.
Oh, no,
it lasted just about 2 weeks because the emergency ban list took effect after YCS Atlanta, because that was the last major event that Pepe was legal at, and then it got hit like the following Monday. Spirals went 3 weeks where they were like 93-94% of events, and everybody just sat back and was like, and you banned Pepe because why? Like, I know a Tellarknight player who was waiting for Ptolemaeus to come off the ban list because all the Spiral shit that has gone down. It's just like, I want to make Cyber Dragon Infinity with my deck. I mean, look at what Spiral was able to put out. What's the Cyber Dragon Infinity going to do to that? Except just sit there and just hope to God it doesn't get bodied.
Yeah, that's true. Or hopes the Infinity's the right play at the right time and stops everything before it occurs.
You better hope that
he ain't got nothing else in hand.
Another card I think could come off the ban list. Exciton Knight.
Yo, Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. I got like 4 of them just chilling inside my trades waiting for them to come.
Well, hold on, let me share this spot. Exciton Knight, actually I want to say, any banned monster that has received an errata in the last 2 years that we have gotten printings of. I have to include that part because I know people are going to say Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End, but we haven't gotten a printed errata of him yet.
Oh, no, God, no. He's been banned since God. What, how long?
I played GOAT format. Like, I almost topped Nats that year with GOAT format. Or with Yada Lock format. Yeah. But I can understand. I can understand why Konami wouldn't let a card like that come back. And I like his errata, that you can't summon monsters after you use this effect. That's fine, and that's perfectly fair. Like, if I'm going to nuke everything, then yeah, I don't have the right to summon a monster. Again, don't be mad at me for that one.
But at the same time, though, Evil Swarm Exciton Knight was basically a dark hole on legs.
He was a dark hole in the aspect that he punished your opponent for overplay.
He would.
Like, if your opponent was going to overextend, and you just like, oh, well, how many cards do you have in hand? Sorry.
Darko.
Just nope.
With this, but also at the same aspect, which is what I kind of understood but never understood, was also, you think about it, Black Rose Dragon never saw anything. Black Rose is a Dark Hole Synchro Summon if you activate it.
Black Rose wasn't during either player's turn. Unless you had a way
Yang
to
Zing
all right, we're going to take Yang Zings out of that equation. If you can synchro summon a Black Rose on your opponent's turn without using a Yang Zing or a Formula Synchron, and just as at that time, so I'm also going to say Excel Synchron is removed from that picture as well. If you can summon Black Rose on your opponent's turn without under those three conditions, you earn the right to nuke your opponent's board on their turn.
That is true.
They have the right then to just sit there and just look at you and just be like,
Rage quit.
Why you do this to me? What did I do to deserve this?
You've been disrespected. Your family has been dishonored.
But it's so hard to do that. It's so hard to do that I can understand why Black Rose didn't get hit. The other thing with Exiton was that it was to keep your opponent in check of, oh, you're playing this number of cards, or you're making this many plays, and you've plus this much. No. Like, I remember playing Evil Swarms, and my opponent would drop Max C on me, and I would just continue to go off because the last thing I would do was make Exiton Knight. They would have like 12 cards in hands, and I'd have 4 cards on board, and nothing in my hand. And they knew what was going to happen come their turn. There was like no doubt about it whatsoever.
Ooh. Speaking of Exiton Knight, just because it would be funny, but
Don't you dare say Lava Chain.
no.
Okay.
Insectors.
Should Hornet come back?
That'd be interesting.
They are getting a Link monster. I don't understand why a deck that doesn't have an extra deck is getting a Link monster. Which is why I didn't understand why Spirals needed double Helix.
No. No. A matter of fact, I think I saw, I'm not 100% certain, but I think I saw something about a possible Insector being made soon. Not 100% certain. Don't quote me on that. That was besides the point of this discussion. But they have came out with the XZ of, the Insectors from time to time, and then
they do. Right, they do have. They have the 2 EX Zector.
Yeah.
But I've seen Insector decks play, and I think I've only might have seen them actually summon those guys like once or twice. Because usually they use Giga Weevil and Mantis as equip cards.
Matter of fact, you seen I had like a couple Insectors in my binder.
Yeah, and it's like, I've never seen a player actually summon either Giga Weevil or Mantis to where the thought of an Xyz summon was possible
At all.
with any Insector deck.
At all.
But they are also getting a bunch of insect support in the OCG.
Like the crawlers, like
No.
I think the crawlers were like, in my opinion, they're not seeing any action.
Crawlers are ass. I will bash that deck. Crawlers they're Earth-like Subterrors, and they get like, oh well, we're Earth-like monsters, so we're just as good as Subterrors.
I think Subterrors are better.
But both of them are literally just trying to follow in the shadow of the Shadows.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no one could be like, oh, well, they're not trying to actually follow shit off. Yeah, they are.
It's pretty late, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, After midnight? No, it's
No.
1 minute to midnight.
Yep.
It's like, no, yeah, they're trying to be Shadows. And it's like, they're not good at trying to be Shadows either. And they don't hide it, the fact that they're being Shadows. It's like Subterra Behemoth. You require two flip monsters, and I've seen you give more benefit to Shadows and Crawlers than you do your own archetype.
Although in attack position, he's a beast. He's a blue.
I mean, 2,000 attack.
Like,
I mean, that's not
bad.
That's not that bad. It could be worse.
Although
It could have
two
been
monsters,
better.
that's not good.
With two
And flip
flip
effects
monsters.
at that.
Thank God it doesn't say two face down monsters.
Yeah, two of your friends hiding, and you're like, "Yo, you guys gotta go. I got this." For what? You ain't got nothing.
Another card that should come off the ban list. Well, let me ask you this. Do you want ban limited or semi-limited that should come off the ban list?
What, in your opinion, would be banned? What should come off the ban list?
So a card that's banned?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there's a big list. There's a lot of cards.
Towers.
Apocryphal Towers?
Apocryphal Towers. Back to 1.
That would be interesting. They were pretty
The only reason why I say that too is because yes, he's immune to monsters whose effects and ranks are lower than his. Doesn't say jack shit about links. So you can firewall him, you can bore load him, you can topologic bomber him. It is nothing. You can decode it. Decode Talker can beat over him.
If you got the 2 zones.
Not even.
Oh, only one. You only
No,
need one, right?
you only need one. Because if, well, no.
2,800. He'd be a 2,800.
If your opponent summons a tower into an area where there's a extra monster zone that points to it, you summon Decode Talker into the monster zone that points at towers. It nullifies the 500 point loss that towers would inflict on him. Because towers will drop him to 18, but then Decode's effect would kick in and put him back up to 23. So actually, yeah, you would need all 3 because he would have to go up to 33 to beat over towers. But that's not that hard. I mean, you can just say, oh, well, I'm just going to play Scapegoat. Here's 5 ghost tokens. Or here's 4 ghost tokens and my level 1 dude, and now Decode's at 33, and I can beat over towers.
Yeah.
On that note, shout out to my man who made the Draco Sack Draco Sack picture flying into Apocryphal Towers. That was.
I gotta see that.
I will send it to you.
I gotta see
that. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It was bad, but it was hilarious. Like, it was bad for what it represented, but it was hilarious in the fact that
man,
it was made after Towers got banned. Who else could come off the ban list? Damn, I actually need to look at the ban list now.
See, like, this is why this is an interesting topic of discussion. It makes you really think about it, because there's so many cards banned there. You know, we really don't take into consideration of what Konami actually has hit over the years. Like, there's a lot of cards that even if we took off the ban list right now, off of being banned, will not affect the game. As a matter of fact, I think it'd make the game more interesting. We'll see a lot more rogue players in today's format because it's crazy. It really is. Like, who's on there? This Commander.
No.
Tell me that ain't gonna add spice to the game.
No. We won't get this Commander in the same aspect, and we'll never get Stratos.
Both Stratos and this Commander.
Cyberjar.
Oh my god. I hated that card.
I want to see that guy who is at a regional, who is losing to like absolute no remorse, and needs something to like top deck, something to like just put the game back in his favor just a little bit, and he rips Cyberjar off his deck and sets it face down, and just says, "Let's go," just to reset the game.
Fiber jar.
We wouldn't be able to get both. It had to be one. I will take Fiber Jar. I'll take Fiber Jar over Cyber Jar.
You remember Fiber jar though? Shuffle everything on field back.
Just reset the game.
It resets the whole stage. For those who don't know, Fiber jar when flipped, basically, you take all cards on field and your hands, shuffle it back into the deck. Draw 5. Start over.
Kaiser.
Reset. It's the reset button.
Kaiser Coliseum. I feel like that's the most effective way to shut down the Link format. Well, it's not going to really shut it down. What it will do is it'll make your opponent, like if you have a monster on the board and your opponent is like, oh, I can just spew out my entire hand, and you activate Kaiser, that just shuts them down entirely, and they have to like kind of play out of that situation.
Lithosagem.
Lathagasm. You know, due to the simple fact that Dryden and Broad Bull are banned and Rat Tap won, I don't see. Oh well, he was primarily due to Dinos. Was his biggest thing. Because you destroy pt.2 and Baby Sarasaurus.
The Trishkini Zings also, and so on and so forth.
I
There
still
was a
think,
lot of great decks that came out when Lithosagem was still out, and then
I still feel like Dryden should come back to 1. Not Broad Bull, just Dryden. Because there has to be a way to be able to deal with double hit, or with Sleeper. Because Sleeper does everything that Dryden did, but he targeted 3 cards.
chicken game.
No. Everybody's favorite Yu-Gi-Oh meme, Pot of Greed.
Oh man, that would speed things up.
Put it at 1.
Well, they got
What's,
Upstart at
what's,
1.
what's the worst that can happen? Is it like, oh, activate Pot of Greed, Ash Blossom.
Spiral stays at top tier. Tier 0 all over again. You give him Pot of Greed, that's tier 0.
Change of Heart. Where do you think that should come off?
Well, if you think about it, we got Mind Control right now. If they put Change of Heart was just as good as Mind Control because Change of Heart is permanent.
And it didn't have the cost on it.
It has no cost. So, that one's like a... I mean, that's like Lava Golem in your opponent, and then... Well, if you use Lava Golem, that's burn. Then that's almost like the combo with the Grinder Golem combo. That everybody's been saying that Grinder Golem should get banned because...
Yeah, Grinder Golem
The combo that they got with the Grinder Golem, got Grinder Golem back and then go all over again. Well, the Grinder Golem pop Grinder Golem back to hand and go Grinder Golem again, pop it back again, and you know.
For all my people who are waiting for not this Friday but next Friday for that
Jersey
that
Regional.
no, that's Saturday. Talk about the day before that Counter Fairy deck.
Oh.
Solemn Judgment. Just negate everything.
Pay half your life points.
Except if you have Guiding Iron deck, and you pay nothing.
Oh man, the guy, yep, destruction.
Counter Fairies is be like, Vanity's Emptiness. But it's one of those cards I can see Pendulum decks abusing.
I would abuse it. I got one.
Just due to the simple fact it's like, okay, neither player can special summon until a card I control is destroyed and goes to the graveyard. So if I'm playing Pendulums, they go to the extra deck. So
That's true.
All the other stuff that's banned, I can see it staying banned.
Exodia pieces just need to stay limited.
Yeah.
Limited.
No, nobody is going to.
All them Exodia players. The Exodia library rarities. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I got like the Hope for Escape.
Darkness Metal Dragon back or higher than one.
Man, if they do that, I'm ready. I'll go back to Blue Eyes. If that happens, I'll go back to Blue Eyes. If Darkness Metal at least goes to 2, it's on.
Maybe. I can see them testing the waters with it in the same way they did Snatch Steel. Like, bring it back full format, see what it does. If it's not as meta relevant as they thought it was, fine, it can stay banned.
Yeah, that was.
But if it be, yeah, well, Snatch Steel, they brought it out to test the waters and just to see. Because if you guys have ever read Konami's blogs about when they or why they unban cards, they say that the card comes off in a probationary period
to test it out.
just to see what it does, and then if it completes the first part of it as it's not too meta breaking, then it comes off completely. Trying to think, what was the last card that they did that with? Everybody was just like, wait, what?
I think a lot of things that they do is just to like see how it goes, see how many videos you can catch of players rage quitting.
Yeah.
Maxi.
Okay, Colin, I'm going to mention this one for you because I know how much you love this deck. Canahawk.
The what the heck?
Ritual Beast Ulti Canahawk.
The Ritual Beasts.
You're getting a Wind
I haven't
Link.
heard Canahawk in a while.
You're getting a Wind Link 2.
It's still recording.
It's just. Here you go. His phone would so kindly let us know that like his battery is at 2%. 20%. Let's see which lasts longer. His battery at 20% or my tablet battery at 1.
What?
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Oh, trust me, it could last at 1 for like an hour. This phone, its tablet, it's an Android. It doesn't know how to die. It's like Ed.
Than that.
Yeah, that's why I named my tablet Ed. It doesn't know how to die.
He's serious because I heard that before. You got Unicorn, you got Bionic, the Ibigishki.
I'm not worried about the Gishkis.
Quick Fist need a ban. There's no point in having another one. I'm just saying that because I just hate spirals.
I hate the deck too, but I won't say that the card needs banned. Every deck needs at least a searcher. And
Road is still limited. It could be semi-limited.
so yeah. Teller Knights haven't done anything since they won Worlds. And I completely oppose the whole, well, we're just going to ban reincarnation or reinforcement of the army instead of the deck's level 4 reinforcement of the army. That was just, it's just easier to hit the staple card in every warrior deck instead of the one main deck specific.
I literally haven't seen a Satella card player in forever. Like, I have remnants of... No, I'm talking about, like, running currently in the format.
Oh, no, yeah. I seen one on Philly back in November. There was a Tellarknight player. And no, he was not at table 500, ironically enough. He was at, like, table 62 at, like, round 3. It was like, you're playing Tellers in 2017. Kudos to you, my friend. Kudos to you.
They should have given him an extra reward just because he made it that high like that.
Alright, I want to ask the viewers this one. If you could have either Dark Hole or Raigeki to 2, but you had to ban the other one. How many of you would vote Raigeki, and how many of you would vote Dark Hole?
I'd say Dark Hole some element of it.
So you would just ban Raigeki. Is it due to the fact that you don't own a Raigeki?
That and Dark Hole still has a cost. You have to destroy your own field.
No, that's not a
Speaking
cost.
like in
It was equal.
equal reasoning, like Raigeki is you play Raigeki, you Dark Hole just your opponent's field. That's it. Not your own. So that's like pot of greed. You're drawing 2 cards, but you play 1 card, draw 2 cards instead of pitching a card, draw 2 cards, or Upstart Goblin, you give your opponent 1,000 life points and you draw a card. There's always like a give and take, and that's how like I understand for the most part most of Konami's understandings on the majority of everything that they do. Certain cards I still disagree, but hey, like there's some cards that have been sitting on the list since the game first started.
See, me, I'm on the opposite side of that. I will gladly ban Dark Hole to put Raigeki to 2.
That'd be crazy.
That's just because I play OTK decks. Like, if I can swing at you. Plus, you also have to look at the aspect of this. If I Raigeki your board and you have evenly match in hand,
Yeah, you get.
I still suffer because my field is going to get banished. Now, granted, again, you're banking on, you hear that, like, you need to have the card in your hand. And it's like, yes, it's true. But I have seen the power that evenly match has. At Philly, I was playing Zoo when the card came out, and a guy in round 5 used evenly match 4 times on me. Twice in game 1 and twice in game 2. I was like, how is that possible? He said both games he opened both copies. He only had 2 in his deck, and he opened both of them.
That's you just got you got trolled.
I felt like a meme for that day, which is I was like, I'm done. This card is stupid.
I kind of wish I would have recorded that though, just to see your reaction. That'd be YouTube like gold.
Final Countdown.
Oh my god,
That doesn't exist anymore. At least nothing relevant. So I don't see why it's still banned.
the Final Countdown time seal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I hated that deck. I remember dueling it at Hack a couple years ago. I hated that player. Matter of fact, it was the other Josh.
Yeah.
The other Josh time sealed the hell out of me. 3 time seals. Threatening Roars, Battle Faders, etc. Stall out. Crazy. Swords Revealing Light. 3 Swords Revealing Light.
Rekindling. Yeah, that's right.
Where's
Rekindling.
that on the list? I mean, is that
It's
limited
that
or similar?
one. It's that one because of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster. No. See, when that card got hit, I was playing Lavos. And it was, we're going to go into Red Nova Dragon as fast as possible and make him big as shit. And it was the always, if I open Molten Conduction Field and Rekindling, I win. Because Molten Conduction Field, I'm dumping 6 lava monsters, and I'm rekindling them all back. But no, somebody just had to go along and make a Fire Fist monster with 200 defense. And it was just like, no, we're about to plus. Just go ham, just put your hand out, fool. I don't feel like they're so relevant anymore. Pantheism of the Monarchs. I can see that back to 2. They'll never get it back at 3. Especially because they have that new Monarch card coming. But it's really, really bad.
I gotta see it.
Oh God, I gotta find the name of it. It's you target a monster in your graveyard with 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense, or 2,800 attack and 1,000 defense. Special in defense mode, its effects are negated, and it counts as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster. I think it's called like Return,
That's not Return.
Descent of the Monarchs, or Divine thing of the Monarchs. Hey, look at that, my tablet died before his phone. But yeah, it's a bad card, but I can see Pantheism coming back to 2.
I'd be okay with that. I still got my Monarch deck.
Just because there's nothing. Monarchs would literally have to go first. And you're banking on the fact that you hope your opponent doesn't have a hand trap to stop you anywhere in there. Because they're so turn first goal oriented that if you win the coin toss against them and go first, there's nothing Monarchs are going to do.
Monarch Dracos will just come back.
No, but see, even then, you can play True Dracos with the Monarch spells and traps, and they would kind of be okay. But you need Aether at more than 1. You need Pantheism at more than 1. Like, most people don't even realize that True Dracos actually have a Monarch target in their deck.
Ignis.
Yep. 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense. So, the only reason I know that I've seen videos of that was just like, oh, that's cool that they can run Ignis Heat with Monarch stuff.
Oh, I knew that one. That was pretty dope.
That was the only reason why people was using Ignis Heat. It was just like, oh, well, he's a Monarch. And they actually didn't even play him with True Dracos. They just played Ignis Heat in a Monarch deck. Another card that should come off the ban list.
The drove is turning on the wheel.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. The problem is I'm trying to think of one that is fair, and that there is something currently in the game that, if under the right circumstances, could negate said card.
I think you pretty much went over all of them, to be honest. At the moment. We might have to do another video on this some other time. This is like past 12.
Yeah, it's a little past 12. But I want to go off with this. Ooh. Super Poly.
Oh god, no. If Super Poly comes back, my Cyber Dragons are gonna be vicious.
There's only one deck in the game right now that would be able to abuse Super Poly. And they don't want to use Super Poly because their field spell makes them pretty much a Super Poly. And that's freaking the Invoke.
Oh, that'd be stupid crazy. Cyber Dragons outside, so you Cyber Dragons work?
Yeah, but most of theirs are contact fusions. They only have 2 of them that they actually need a fusion spell for. Actually, alright, 3. Yeah, 3.
Oh, that's true. But then you also got the E-Heroes. The Heroes would make a comeback on that too. Because most of the E-Heroes fusions are said hero, monster, and or element.
Yeah, but it's heroes. Like, they had their moment. Yeah, sure, you're going to find the occasional hero player who plays Dark Claw and Acid, and you're going to that whole combo and stuff, and you're just like, well, I'm not really worried about you. The problem with heroes is that they needed 2 extra deck monsters on the field at the same time. So, unless they're weak summoning, and then at which point then are they going to summon their hero monsters? What, the following turn?
Probably. That'd be crazy though. Just to think of what the format would be like a Super Body came back with the invoked engine. Because invoked themselves aren't really a deck; they're just a core engine.
They're a deck, but nobody plays the deck. You only play the engine.
Yep. Well, it's pretty late. I gotta take him home, and our video will continue some other time on our ban list discussion. But until then, I'm Vic. This is Josh. And we're out of here. Have a good night. Peace.
Deuces.